the ship. They just began to right the ship, getting their players together, playing in sync after a very rough start. So now they have these two huge losses. So the question is for you, Skip Bayless, how does this affect the team?
Stephen A. Smith, I'm here to admit to you, I'm so depressed about these developments that it's very difficult for me to talk about them. And this concerns mostly you. In the history of this show, I have never been more shocked at a prediction than your prediction that New England, the Patriots I have supported for the last 5 or 6 years on this show, would, in your opinion, win the Super Bowl. Not just win a couple playoff games, win the Super Bowl. You picked my Patriots to win the Super Bowl. And I knew the moment those words came out of your mouth, they were hexed for this year. I'm hanging in there with them. Obviously, if you still have number 12, you still got a shot. But the shot ain't as good as it was a couple of days ago because these are big, impactful losses on both sides of the ball. Gerard Mayo is one of those heart and soul kind of guys. Obviously, they lost him last year. And what happened? They didn't get out of Denver alive in the playoffs. And I think he and Wilfork were huge reasons why that the defense wasn't quite good enough to withstand Peyton Manning in the mile-high atmosphere. So now this is doubled by the loss of a Stephen Ridley, who runs small to me. Every time I watch him run, I would say, gee, looks like he weighs like 195 and he weighs 220. So he was a power back, even though he ran like a smaller back. And now you're going to try to replace him with a Brandon Bolden, who is not bad, and he's going to have to be pretty good. And he goes about 220. So maybe he can run between the tackles a little bit. You know how much I love Shane Vereen. He goes about 205, soaking wet. So I'm not even sure he's 200 in reality. He's listed at 205. Can he run between the tackles? If he catches you off guard occasionally when you're running fast-paced offense, no huddle, maybe you can trick him occasionally and get Shane Vereen loose in the middle of the field. Obviously, you can throw him the ball. So the running game is going to suffer. The defense lost its quarterback, its leader, its rock. And so can the defense be as good? Well, this year, you do have that cornerback out there, and that guy, Darrelle Revis, he's back. He's back on Revis Island now. Well, so I love that part about it, but these are huge losses, and I blame them both on you.
Well, you can blame them all on me all you want to. I love how you say it's America's team, or rather it's your team or whatever. Here's the bottom line, Skip Bayless. You can't be both a Patriots and a Dallas Cowboys fan. I mean, that's
I'm a supporter of the Patriots, but I'm a born and raised fan of that team.
I believe that the Patriots are legitimately America's team. That is what I believe.
Am I a Tom Brady fan? Can I have
You are a Tom Brady fan. But at the same time, I would ask you to take into consideration that as you look at these New England Patriots, if Tom Brady and this offense continues to flourish, I think they'll be just fine. I think over the last 2 weeks, they've been very impressive.
As in win the Super Bowl fine?
You know what? It's possible. Let me tell you something right now. They can move the chains. Understand that Vereen is one of their leading receivers as well. He's got about 18 receptions.
Love it.
You still got Edelman. You still got Gronkowski. This kid, Tim Wright, has come out of nowhere. He can do some things. So when I look at them, and LaFell looks better with Tom Brady than he ever did in Carolina.
Brian Timms came out of nowhere.
That's right. So again, if the offense is clicking, then they'll make up for what you lose defensively. They'll be on the field a little bit more. Defense will be on the field a little bit less. And Bill Belichick will figure it out. Because remember, they're still formidable. They were number 3 in yards allowed against the pass. So New England, with Darrelle Revis back there, definitely puts themselves in a position where they could do some things. And you know, again, I don't like it, but at the same time, I think that they can overcome it. My primary concern, where I will jump ship on the New England Patriots, is if Gronkowski goes down again.
Yep.
If Gronkowski doesn't go down again, and Gronkowski is out on that field when it counts and ready to play, I believe that New England can pull it out.
Yep. And you made a profound point yesterday, which I appreciated and applauded, which is they're not head hunting Gronkowski, they're knee hunting him.
Yes.
Everybody's going for the knees,
I was
which
very
are vulnerable.
disappointed. I don't know about everybody. I didn't see anybody going at his knees the way Buffalo was this past weekend. I was very disappointed in Buffalo because, again, you're competing. We understand that you're trying to win, but there's a level of professionalism and professional decorum, and you know what it's like to be out there and be a football player if you're a member of the Buffalo Bills. And to be knee hunting the way that they were, it was just unfortunate to see.
He will talk some trash back to him, which he did all day long. But, boy, they were going out.
It's a mistake. You're not in the football players, you know, tick me off on both ends of that. The guys who receive the punishment and the guys who inflict it. Because it's not like it's boxing where you're standing toe-to-toe and you get to hit one another back. If you're an offensive player, okay, I mean, unless you're on the offensive line, you're pretty much taking hits as opposed to giving them. And so I can't stand it when I see guys talking smack as if, you know, you're Gronkowski. It's not like you got the license to just go out there and punch somebody in the face or something like that. They're coming at you. You ain't coming at them. And that's why this thing, just be quiet and be safe. But they're knee hunting Gronkowski, and I think that's real classy.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, what are the odds he stays healthy the whole year through the Super Bowl?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yep.
I would say no better than a 5.
Yeah,
Yep, I would agree with that.
I would say no better than a 5, and that's my concern.
Yep.
So really quickly, the Jets are 9.5-point underdogs when they face the Patriots. But let me tell you who's watching, Stephen A. I'm on Twitter duty right now, okay? Cowboy Nation is watching. An official tweet from the Cowboys.